So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tommy Disaster, and today's a little bit different of a video that, from what I normally do. And I'm hoping to do more of these type of videos, maybe implement it more into the channel. So, with that being said, I'm going to start off with some of the items here that I just recently picked up in the past couple weeks. I'm at the And just starting off, I'm going to go with the old school Xbox original Duke controller. And I was very surprised that I was able to find one in this condition that's functional. There's no real wear and tear on it. Like I said, I've had it for a few weeks now. Everything is functional. The buttons are all fine. The joysticks are good. They're not all bitten or ripped up. Usually with this controller too, there was a lot of wire fraying from it, and I mean it is big and bulky, so I mean I understand that this one isn't that popular, but I wanted to get it for my collection for the console. So will I ever use it? Probably not. I'll probably use the S controller that came afterwards. That was way more popular. But I think I paid maybe anywhere between $6 and $10 for this controller at the place that I go to. And like I said, the condition that it was in, I'm super surprised I was able to actually get it. And with Microsoft, at least the Xbox division, they've always had that goal in mind where Xbox is the centerpiece. I don't have the newer controller out here, but with the Xbox being in the middle of their controller, that they've kind of always stayed with that type of design or focus, so to speak. So moving on from that, we're going to move into the first game, and that is Legacy of Kain Defiance for the Xbox. And what I do traditionally with games, with picking up older style games, I try to make sure that the cases are in good condition, the plastic that's around it, but most importantly, the cover art is still good and not moisture damage or ripped or anything. And I always try to get complete in box, as long as the manual and stuff isn't in too bad of a condition. With this one here, we just got a little bit of wear and tear here down at the bottom, some at the top up here, but for the most part this is still in very good condition. Still got the mail-in business registration for the game and whatnot. You got your advertisement for Backyard Wrestling, and the disc of course is the most important part. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. But yeah, that's the first game, Legacy of Kain Defiance. And most of the games that I have for my retro, I owned. There are some that I did not, so I'm fortunate enough to pick them up now. Moving on, the second game was an Xbox exclusive, Azuric Rise of Parathia. I think I never owned this game, but I think I played this on a demo disc back in the day when those came with magazines and whatnot. This, from what I can remember, was I think a little bit of ahead of its time. It seemed pretty awesome, but I never really got a chance to play through it. Like I said, I think it was just on a demo disc, so there wasn't much that I actually got to explore with this game. But it is, of course, complete in box. This is actually in really, really good condition. The case and the plastic around it and whatnot. We got the manual is in very good condition. Very, very little, just a little bit of fraying, just very little up top here. But for the most part, everything in this manual, the pages and everything are immaculate. I can't get over how good a condition this is. What's really interesting is this came with the the Microsoft Games advertisement, which I don't know if you guys remember this, but it came with a little manual that showed you advertisements for upcoming games or games that were released or whatnot, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. The disc, great condition. I know it's hard you can't really see on video here, but yeah, complete in box. And I only paid, I think I paid $7 for this. at the retro shop that I go to. So that's awesome. Moving on to the last game of this pickup, which you know, this is I think a sleeper hit for a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people really understood how good this game actually was. The controls are a little complicated for its time, but you could tell that they were thinking more futuristic. Because if you look at the games now, I mean, there's so many button and combinations and things like that in current modern games that this is kind of like the predecessor to that. Yeah, this there is like a hidden gem in my opinion. I don't think Blade 2 for the Xbox, or I think it came out on PlayStation 2 as well. I don't think this game gets enough praise. So if you ever get a chance to emulate it or, you know, buy it physically, I would absolutely do so. The complete in box, we got some fraying up top here on the manual, down at the bottom. I don't know what it is on the tops and the bottoms of the manuals. I don't know what the issue was, but yeah, the pages are all intact. We got the registration for the game thing still, you know, attached to it. An X-Men Next Dimension advertisement in here. I don't know. That was a game as well. I don't think I ever played that one. Oh, and then we got the Blade 2 advertisements for like the soundtrack and whatnot. On the back, we got movie advertisements. And the disc for this one, very good condition. And like I said, you can't really see it that well on video. And the last thing that I picked up, which I'm not really big, I've never been a big, you know, collector of strategy guides, but while I was there, Legacy of Kain Defiance strategy guide, when it was brand new, it was $15, as you can see there. It was really interesting when I went to the store to pick this up. The art is just insane, man. It is. If you're a Legacy of Kain fan, my goodness. This condition, buying this in this condition, I'm super surprised. I paid $5 for this in the shop that I go to. All of their strategy guides, as of this video right now, all of their strategy guides are $5. I've seen strategy guides in there for Lord of the Rings Online. I mean, the strategy guide's like that big. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. And they're all in really good condition. Not pristine or anything, you know, like that. But it was interesting when I went to the shop, because maybe 3 or 4 days prior to that, I was looking up the price for a Legacy of Kain Defiance for the Xbox and the strategy guide. And there are people that were selling it on eBay and Mercari, the strategy guide at least, for like $16, $17. That was in way worse condition than this is. So to pick this up for $5, it was like the universe was like, here you go. Which was, you know, really interesting, because that strategy guide and that copy of Legacy of Kain Defiance for the Xbox were the only copies that were in the shop. So it was like I had to scoop them up. Legacy of Kain Defiance, the game, was $10, and the strategy guide was $5. So $15 for those two things there. I couldn't beat it. That's going to do it for me in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, share it, hit me with a subscribe if you enjoy my content. And as always, it's been your boy, it's been real, and I am out. Later.